This is a story, not just of railway stations, but also of the coming together of shared dreams. 2014 saw the start of the Mombasa-Nairobi Standard Gauge Railway project. 33 stations will also be constructed along its 480-kilometer-long course. The sheer scale of cooperation required on this project demonstrates the depth of friendship shared by China and Kenya. Builders from both nations have joined hands to write a new chapter of history, and their sweat on the line has been the defining force in forging this dream into a reality.
My name's James Ngonya Koyei. I am 31 years old. I am working in Nairobi South Station as safety officer. Every morning, I normally wake up at 5 o'clock because I hate laziness and I have responsibility to make safety speech at 7 for my colleagues.
Nairobi, the capital of Kenya. Most people in Nairobi walk to work. The average commute time is about an hour. James left his wife and children back in his hometown and rented a room for himself in Nairobi. James works at the Nairobi terminus of the Mombasa-Nairobi Standard Gauge Railway.
Also ask as worker, while you are working at high height, you may drop down, you may drop from high height to the ground level. You must take care of yourself. The safety matter has no request. I'm responsible for safety in this construction field. And this is the first thing I had been told since I came here. And I have a responsibility to educate my colleagues on how they can be safe. So, let's be totally committed while we are performing our duties. Thanks a lot.
Standing beside James is his supervisor, Wang Xiaoyu. Born in 1990, Wang Xiaoyu came to Kenya immediately after graduation. He's now a construction manager at the Nairobi terminus, in charge of construction safety. The Nairobi terminus, the largest station along the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway, covers more than 15,000 square meters. Piping installation and track construction for this station are much more difficult and demand higher safety standards compared with other stations along the rail line.
It's very dangerous, you see here. If you get down,
yeah,
big problem.
Problem?
Yes. So, here I have one person.
Before he was hired by the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway, James was working as a regular labourer. Under the guidance of Wang Xiaoyu, however, James grew quickly into a thoroughly competent safety officer.
I have acquired a lot of safety knowledge from Mr. Wang. He is a man who hired me, and once I report any safety problem to him, he takes the action immediately.
The railway has a lot of safety officers like James working on sections of the rail line. Glued to the construction sites, they inform their colleagues of required specifications while ensuring safety standards. Their work requires a lot of walking every day. Mombasa, situated 480 kilometers southeast of Nairobi, is Kenya's second largest city. In this 1,000-year-old city, where the sea meets the land, cultures are integrated and assimilated. Port Ritz Station, the starting point of the Mombasa-Nairobi Standard Gauge Railway, will be constructed here.
I'm Peterson Mwenda Murisia. I'm 28 years old and I come from Meru County. In this project, the Standard Gauge Railway, I work here as a site engineer.
Peterson's team is tasked with reclaiming 31,000 square meters of land from the sea. On the reclaimed land, the Port Ritz station, which happens to be the starting point for the railway, will be constructed. This location was chosen due to its proximity to the Mombasa port, which happens to be right next door. The Mombasa port boasts 21 berths for 10,000-ton or larger ships. The port sits at 9.45 meters above the ship's draft and is open 24/7. In the 15th century, nautical explorer Zheng He and his armada once sailed to this area. Now, in this location, Chinese builders are constructing a marshalling station for freight trains.
When we are doing the land reclamation, we first of all drench the soft material that is in the cement. Then we start feeding another material, which is rocks.
It's okay. This is the wet shovel.
31-year-old Wang Guoli is Peterson's supervisor. He works as a section engineering manager, responsible for site construction management for the railway.
前海工程这边很多雇员是没有做过水工的，找当地技术员或者是工人的时候，我们都是先找一些学过工程专业的，然后让他们到我们这边来，然后手把手的来教。
So working here was with the new standards from China. It was a bit difficult because we had to first of all learn those standards and the specifications, the Chinese ones, because we have not experienced them before in any other project.
每天我要巡查一下安排的一个施工进度是否已经完成，因为施工进度如果赶不上去，那么整个标段都会受到影响。
Many people, like myself and my colleagues, we were not used to the system that is used by Chinese, working every day and working for long hours.
For Wang Guoli and Peterson's team, time is tight. They've been given 11 months to complete their reclamation work. Mutitu Andel is situated in the middle section of the rail line. This is where the number 6 section project office lab is situated.
My name is Onesmus Mokiwa Mochofi. I am a laboratory technician. I'm from Kenya, Coast Province and Taita Taveta district.
Okay. Yeah. I want to check. The works, how much?
2 grams.
I believe this is 20 grams. Do it again.
Jiang Yafeng from Shanxi Province has been working as a material engineer for 8 years. At present, he's the lab director for the Railway's Section 6 project site office. He's also Onesmus's teacher. Their work is to test whether the construction materials conform to standards. Onesmus is working on an engineering material. He first heats the sand to the right temperature, then adds them to sulfur and cement, which results in the forming sulfur mortar, a key thermoplastic material used in railway construction. Sulfur mortar can be used to connect railway ties and spikes. Under Jiang Yafeng's supervision, Onesmus confirms a new compound ratio.
There are two parts of Mr. Jiang. Mr. Jiang as a friend and Mr. Jiang as a teacher. As a teacher, he's very strict. He knows what his student must achieve.
The number reached to 110. Do you understand at least?
Oh, I understand.
Okay.
He's not only strict to me, he's strict also to my fellow. You can see the visual face that says this guy is now, he's at work.
Sulfur mortar's resistance can reach as high as 60 kilonewtons. In practical terms, even if 4 cars were hanging upside down from the joint, the bolts wouldn't detach from the railway ties. Almost 3.4 million such joints are to be found along the railway line.
If you don't look at that and you use a train, maybe a train cuts one of the bolts move out, so it will crash down. It's very important because that one, it holds the life of people.
The Nairobi-Mombasa Standard Gauge Railway is built based on scientific study and technical exploration. Laboratories like this one are distributed along the entire rail line. 319 technicians are employed in 18 on-site laboratories. All materials used in construction are tested to ensure they conform to Chinese standards and specifications. On average, for every kilometer of rail, 600 test reports are produced. In June 2016, when the stations along the railway were only partially completed, Jiang Yafeng was preparing to leave his post and return to China.
If I'm not around, don't miss up with the test. Testing is the bottom line of the railway.
Okay.
You know why I'm so strict to you?
No. Why?
You are the first Kenyans doing those tests. If you don't do well, you can't teach others.
As a security member, I always be honest.
As a security member, I always be honest.
Endeavor to do my work with diligence.
Endeavor to do my work with diligence.
I'm Faris Ndungu. I'm 36 years old. I'm Inspector of Police working under the Standard Gauge Railway in Kenya. Then you put your gas. Then you put the luggage. You put it together.
As soon as the Mombasa-Nairobi Standard Gauge Railway project kicked off, Faris began working here as an on-site inspector. He patrols stations all along the railway, ensuring the protection of both staff and equipment. Working alongside Faris is 47-year-old Wu Jiwen, Public Security Officer of the Section No. 9 Project Site Office for the railway. Faris and Wu Jiwen usually patrol the major stations and their surrounding areas. It takes at least 2 or 3 days to complete a full patrol circuit. On arriving at the Nairobi terminus, they discover that some cables have been stolen.
This one, it has been stolen. You can see. Morning, very good. But now, maybe a lot of cable has been removed. They have used this to cut it has cut the cable. During our tour, we usually ensure that we check the police to check for the electric materials and facilities. They should not be stolen. Check, are there police on the duties that we have deployed?
With construction works speeding up at the station and more electrical and signalling equipment flowing in, pressures mount on security management. Wu Jiwen and Faris decide to conduct some drills on site to boost emergency response. Emergencies frequently occur on site. Wu Jiwen feels that routine patrols aren't enough. A detailed handbook is needed to guide the security efforts on site.
He has used a lot of pictures, and they can be able to copy and memorize in their minds. These are very creative manner of passing the knowledge.
让安保人员拿到手册以后，通过看画册、图文并茂的方式，很快地掌握任务要领、执行任务的方法。
As you can see, these are just some pictures that we have printed. These are the areas that we have the cables. These are the many areas that we have the cables. Inside here we have the cables. Outside we have the cables. So ensure that the cables are taken care of. Ensure the lunch time. you have the total security and also go around, make rounds, do patrol.
有这样一支素质过硬、能够胜任我们这个安保任务的队伍，是对项目建设非常重要。
Wu Jiwen and Faris are one unit of the new railway's public security management system. Developed in collaboration with CRBC management, security agencies, the Kenyan Armed Forces and local law enforcement, the aim is to create a public safety management system for the railway. In May of 2016, after 7 months of grueling effort, Wang Guoli and Peterson's team complete the dredging and reclamation work. 3 million cubic meters of stone was used in the construction of the Port Road station, eclipsing the quantity used in Egypt's Khufu pyramid. After the rip-rap work, the foundation will be compacted. 3 crawler-type dynamic compactors work concurrently on site, and their rammers weighing as much as 20 tons drop from a height of 20 meters, ceaselessly striking the newly reclaimed land. The forceful strikes can increase the density of backfills and make sure the load-bearing capacity of the foundation reaches the design requirement. After compaction, 2 different layers of backfilling material are paved on top of the ground and again compacted to reach the design-stipulated density. Only after these steps are completed can the land reclamation work come to an end. Southwest Jiaotong University is located in Chengdu, Sichuan province. The university has committed to developing top talent for the transportation industry. In August 2016, Onesmus was sent here for training.
It opened up my mind because I was from Africa now to Asia. So I was very happy and I was really excited because China, they are welcoming. They welcomed us. Yeah, we went to class. We tour. The tour. The classes were very live. We were in class after class in the laboratory. You see each and everything. Beside being taught, you see each and everything.
Jiang Yafeng was Onesmus's teacher for the railway project in Kenya. He returned to China 2 months before Onesmus travelled to Chengdu. Jiang drove 8 hours to meet Onesmus today at the university. It was he who recommended Onesmus for training in China.
The first time I saw him, I didn't believe. He told me he'll be coming and we'll be meeting. I believed him, but I was waiting for the moment. So when the moment came, I saw him, I was very happy and I was very excited.
Hello! How are you?
Chengdu is a major provincial capital in southwest China. It has a long history as home to scholars and heroes alike. For Onesmus, this is a great opportunity to visit one of the heartlands of Chinese culture.
I found many things that are new to me. Infrastructure, it was good. The people there are nice. They are warm welcoming like Kenyans. I feel they are warm welcoming like Kenyans because also Kenyans, they like welcoming people. So in China, I spent my time there and it was very exciting.
Onesmus is one of many fortunate individuals. Cultivating talent is an important part of the Mombasa-Nairobi standard gauge railway project. During the construction phase, over 20,000 Kenyans participated in Chinese organized training sessions. In December 2016, the final phase of equipment installation begins at the Nairobi terminus.
因为我现在管理整个南站的生产，所有的人员配置、材料配置、机械配置，包括技术，别人一遇到问题都会来找我。哎，然后你这边人都加班吗？今晚上一定要把它清干净啊！铁路上，每天平均都是100多个电话。喂，强哥，哪个拖车陷下去了？吊车过来了没？今天晚上还是通宵。
Mr. Wang told me that he wants to go to China with his girlfriend next week to marry. But because he's busy, he may not be able to go. And it is my wish that if they marry here in Kenya, I'll be happy.
On account of a tight deadline, Wang Xiaoyu often heads to work early in the morning and doesn't return to his lodgings until late in the evening. Wang Xiaoyu and his fiancée met in Kenya. Although their dormitories are only 20 meters apart, they can sometimes go days without seeing each other.
我是计划合同部的，就是平时就是在这个营地里面工作。王小雨呢，他就是在南站嘛，在现场见的就是一天就是除了吃饭的时候，见一下面呀，见面机会真的很少。我们就是准备过年回家见家长，谈一下结婚的事儿，然后是因为就是工期实在是太紧张了，就只能往后拖了。
January the 27th, 2017 is Chinese New Year's Eve. Wang Xiaoyu will celebrate his third Spring Festival in Kenya. Unable to return home, Wang Xiaoyu calls his mother.
我们这边下大雪了。
哦。
咱们过年。
听他们 party。
啊
？party。
你们一天都在工地上呢？
对啊。
然后今天下午就放假了。
对啊。
你今年啥时候回来呢？
我也不知道，活干完嘛。
活干完。
对，这边不是挺忙的吗？现在。
The Spring Festival to China is what Thanksgiving and Christmas combined are to the US. Even so, Wang Xiaoyu and his colleagues have just a half day off work. At this moment, all of their families back in China are watching the same show, CCTV's Spring Festival Gala, a typical Chinese social custom these days. It's February 2017, and less than 4 months before railway trials begin. The Nairobi terminus has been completed, and the commissioning of in-house equipment has begun. After completing his training in China, Onesmus returns to become a research laboratory teacher.
I'm ambassador, so I think what I have brought from China to Kenya, I have to share. And if I share much, I think I'll be blessed much. So that's why I like sharing, and I have to share.
Peterson has already grown accustomed to the intense working pace of the Chinese. During construction of the Port Ritz station, his son was born.
I'm married, and I also have one child, a boy. It's called Javan. I expect him to have big dreams. I expect him to work hard to achieve those dreams. We learned that the Chinese before, the economy was not where they are now. So they decided to work very hard. So I have to make sure what I'm telling him, I'm doing it.
On May the 9th, 2017, the construction of the Nairobi terminus was completed.
第一次来这边，看到这儿全是黑圆土，到处都是野草、废弃的这个厂房。再看看现在，让我现在离开这个南站，我真的觉得我会哭啊！
In the brand new station hall, Wang Xiaoyu and Zhang Weiping hold their wedding ceremony. The couple have invited both Chinese and Kenyan colleagues to join in the festivities. This is a joyful moment for all in attendance. People are not only celebrating a wedding, but are thrilled that 1,000 days of blood, sweat and tears has finally ended. Thirty-three stations have been built along the Mombasa-Nairobi standard gauge railway. One after another, the stations glitter like a string of pearls. As implementation of the Belt and Road Initiative gathers pace, the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway, linking the maritime Silk Road, will help usher in a new era of global trade.
We learn from him a lot of skills and we get a lot of experience from him. Also, he is very social and very friendly to us and all the workers.
As per me, I can say I'm excited and I'm happy because I'm building the standard gauge railway. It's for the nation, so I'm building the nation.
So it brings a lot of experience from various departments, such bringing a lot of skill and management skill has been imparted to me.
I am happy to work with Chinese in this project, and I'm looking forward to work with them in the future.